John Beltran, Dave Urick back from the Winter Field in Strasburg. The Beat Diggers lead the Strasburg Indians 14-7 as we go to the second quarter. And Brush has a first, making a second and goal at the 1. Garcia and Carter in the backfield on second and goal. Mullen hands off to Carter, running left. Touchdown for the Beat Diggers from 1 yard out for DC, who scores the TD. Brush 20, Strasburg 7.
Yeah, Carter just ran off tackle again. They ran that little dive, and he did a good job of covering the football, too. He stepped right across the goal line, and nobody really touched him until after he'd scored the touchdown.
Jesus Cardenas was 6 for 6 last week. Actually, he did miss an extra point. Check that. But then after they made the 2-point conversion following the second touchdown, he made 4 in a row. He's made the first 2 here. Let's see if he can make it 3 for 3 to give the Beat Diggers a 14-point lead off the hold of Eric Garcia. And Strasburg jumped. Now Randy Dreitz more than likely will go for 2, as he always does, when you give him just a yard to go, and as opposed to just over 2. And they're sending out the 2-point team.
Funny how you predict that, saying he always does, because I look over there right when you're saying that, and boy, all the Brush players, as soon as they saw that there was an offsides call, all those offensive players were already stepping out on the field because they knew what the call was going to be.
So the Beat Diggers leading by 13 will go for 2 with Carter and Lee in the backfield after Strasburg was offsides. Mullen will send Albo in motion to the right. He hands it off right side to Carter, and he's going to get nothing. He's going to be thrown for a loss. The Beat Diggers do not execute that at all. In fact, there were 4 Indians there. 11:55 to go, second quarter. Brush 20, Strasburg 7 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 8-play, 62-yard drive in 3 minutes and 14 seconds. Tyler Carter scores from a yard out, making it 20-7. The Beat Diggers went for 2 after Strasburg was offside before the extra point. But Carter lost about 3 yards, which doesn't go against his statistics. The Indians just sent everybody, and that ended up costing the Beat Diggers. Jesus Cardenas to kick it off. He's going to boot this one right into the ground. He'll squib it. It bounces towards the 20. It's bobbled over there at the 25, across the 25 to the 30, and still at his feet to the 35. I thought Jordan Ross might have had it instead. It was Smith who had that 57-yard return. He's tackled at the 37. Izzy Hernandez was there on the hit.
He runs tough. His legs really churn. And Strasburg's coming out with a no-huddle right now. They have a guy over here on the sideline. One of their players wears these orange gloves. He stands there and looks to see what the coach wants, and then he holds his hands up. That time he made sort of a reindeer sign on top of his helmet as he called the play in.
First and 10 for Strasburg at their own 37-yard line. For all of your title needs, visit Tim Weimer at 205 West Kiowa in Fort Morgan at Northern Colorado Title. From the 37, man in motion to the left is Chavarria. There's the inside handoff running right to Smith across the 40 to the 42. He'll gain 5 yards in a play. Ethan Brost made the tackle, but it is a gain of 5 for Smith. Second down and 5 to go for the Indians. They're in the no-huddle offense.
You know, they're just going to keep running that fly offense, that quick end-around action until Brush's defensive ends start staying home and start controlling the outside shoulder of those slots and those tight ends that are blocking them.
Second down and 5 for the 42. Chavarria in motion, and the fake handoff. Quarterback Wallace will take it, skip to the 45 to the 50-yard line. He's taken down at the 49 of Brush. Brett Bosterman and Eric Garcia made the tackle, but it's a gain of 9 and a Strasburg first down.
Yeah, again, they just fake that end around. They get Brush worried about that fly so much that the quarterback does the fake and then just runs it straight ahead. But I'll tell you what, if I was Wallace, I'd think twice about running up the middle anymore with the hit that Bosterman has put on him.
First and 10 for the Indians at the Beat Digger 49-yard line. Under 11 minutes to go in the opening half. Brush 20, Strasburg 7. For some reason, the clock is not running. In motion to the left, and there's the handoff, a stutter step for Jordan Ross inside the 50 towards the 47, maybe the 46. The gain of 3. Second down and 7. Bryant Woodward made the play for Brush.
Russ doing a pretty good job at containing Ross with only 26 yards on 5 carries. But, again, they're doing that end-around kind of action, that fly offense action, and they just hand it off to him, and he ran a little trap up the middle.
From the 46 of Brush, 2nd down and 7, shotgun formation for Wallace. Does he get the snap? He does. Play action. Look at the throw in the middle. The pass is incomplete. Behind the intended receiver, Smith. Check that. That at the 36-yard line was Spencer Blau. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for Strasburg.
Really got our linebackers to sit back that time, but I saw Burroughs. He was dropping back into that drop zone, and he was right there. I don't know if that's what caused Wallace to throw the ball behind him, but the linebackers were right there. Unfortunately, he was able to get just right behind them.
Under center this time is Wallace for the Beatdigger 46-yard line, 3rd down and 7. Ross is the lone setback. Man in motion, hand off to Blau, running wide to the right, sets it back, and then takes it up to the 40, up to the 35, knocked down as the Beatdiggers miss a tackle inside the 35 towards the 31. Could have been stopped instead. It's a gain of 16 yards for Blau and a Strasburg 1st down on that end around.
You know, Strasburg's not disguising anything. They're going to run that fly. They put the guy in motion. They bring him. And the defensive end, there's a strong safety on that side. They've got to start staying home and honoring that.
There was movement by Strasburg. Handoff across the right side. A gain of 3 to the 27. That's coming back, though, on the handoff to Smith as Kyle Rosenbrock made the tackle, but that will be illegal procedure against the Indians. That'll set him back to the 35-yard line, make it a 1st down and 15. The Beatdiggers need that break defensively because right now Strasburg is starting to have their way after that Beatdigger defense showed up very nicely on Strasburg's opening possession.
You know, the only thing is they're running that fly offense. They're doing that hand around. That's really the only play that's hurt the Diggers tonight. And they're always doing it over here on this side where the Digger coaches can't see it. They keep it right here in front of their home bench. But, you know, it's just one of those things where our defensive ends have to honor that and make sure they don't get hooked. And then our strong safeties have to come up and make the tackle.
After the illegal shift, 1st and 15 for the Beatdigger 35. 2 receivers out each side. Wallace from a shotgun, 3-step drop, looking, deep over the middle, wide open the Blau, 1st down to the 10, to the 5, cuts it to his left, touchdown to Spencer Blau. That was way too easy. He was wide open from 35 yards away. Rush 20, Strasburg 13.
Yep, he was wide open. He got behind our linebackers. We didn't have a free safety back there in the middle, and we've said that so many times on behalf of Tremolin where he was able to attack that post pattern over the middle, and you know, that's really hard for defenses to contain, and that's what Strasburg did to us.
Now the extra point to be attempted by Blau. Dave, that was executed nicely, but quite frankly, that was atrocious defense as well.
Yeah, it's like they just caught us sleeping a little bit there.
Glenn Wallace will hold. Blau to attempt the extra point. He needs a breather after he just scored. He made a nice move at around the 5-yard line. Strasburg's going to have to attempt this PAT momentarily. They've got that play clock running. Awaiting the snap is Wallace. It's there. The kick is up. And that kick is good. 9:47 remaining, 2nd quarter. We've got a good one in Strasburg. Brush 20, Strasburg 14 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. In just a minute, 58 seconds, Strasburg goes down the field, 6 plays, 63 yards, 35-yard pass from Glenn Wallace to Spencer Blau. PAT was good. And this is a 20-14 Beatdigger lead with 9:47 to go in the 2nd quarter. Shades of 1 week ago offensively.
Well, that's for sure. You know, just having a hard time stopping their offense. You know, we catch them for a couple of plays, but then we give them a big one. And it's not like I said before. You know, it's just like I said before. Strasburg's not fooling anybody. They're just running that end around.
Beatdiggers are going to watch out for the onside kick at some point. But that's a low line drive headed towards Garcia. Has it on a hop at the 11 to the 20-yard line, straight ahead to the 25. Spins out of a tackle at the 30. Still spinning across the 30, down at the 31. A return of 20 yards for Garcia. And let's see if the Beatdiggers can once again make this a 2-score game. Starting from their own 31-yard line with 9:36 to go in the 2nd, leading 20-14 in Strasburg.
The Diggers seem pretty confident out there, though. You know, they're The coaches always coach them to stay on that even keel and not ride that emotional roller coaster. And they're going to get after the business again.
The setbacks are Carter and Lee. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. The quarterback, Tormolen, hands it off on the counter to Lee, running right, spins across the 30 to the 35. He gains 4. Excellent play call by the Beat Diggers. And looked like the tackle was made by, might have been Royce Hanks on the far sideline. 2nd down and 6 to go for Brush.
Lee's got 24 yards on 5 carries now. Most of those dives either to the right or the left.
From the 35-yard line, Blake is the receiver to the left. The Beat Diggers have many weapons in that backfield. Tormolen hands it off on the right side and a short gain of about 2, maybe 3, continuing to drive towards the 40 and carrying defenders, and that looks like it's Chris Lee. I thought he was going to be down after a gain of 2, but he just kept going, and now he's right at the marker. What a run by Lee. He stayed low, and because he did that, he picked up 6 yards and a 1st down.
I'm telling you, he was the only Beat Digger that was doing anything. Everybody else was kind of standing around watching as Strasburg players were jumping on his back. Lee just kept driving and carrying him.
1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers, just beyond their own 41-yard line. 8.5 to go, 2nd quarter. Brush 20, Strasburg 14. The Beat Diggers have not been stopped tonight, but have had to convert 2 long 3rd downs and a 4th down on each of their first 3 drives. From the 41, Tormolen on the bootleg left, holding it on his left hip. He drives to the 45-yard line, out of the 50, back to the inside of the 45, and he's tackled from behind at the 41, maybe the 40. It's a gain of 19 for Mitch Tormolen, and a Brush Beat Digger 1st down. The tackle from behind was made by Dugan Warner, the 6'7", 200-pound junior linebacker.
A lot of good blocking there, but especially by Ethan Brost as he pulled from his guard position, pulled all the way out here to this side and kind of sealed it off for Tormolen. Not only did he seal it off, he knocked the Indian on his back, and that guy ended up tripping up another one of the defenders.
1st and 10 from the Strasburg 40-yard line. McConnell is now the receiver to the left. In motion to the right is Blake. Tormolen hands it off right up the gut. However, a Beat Digger, I think, was moving. A huge hole there for Lee. But I did see movement somewhere in that, either in the offensive line or on the Beat Digger side per se, illegal procedure against Brush. That'll make it 1st and 15 for the Beat Diggers at the Strasburg 45-yard line.
It's one of those self-destructing things that really frustrates you. I know I saw that motion out there too, and it's just a little flinch.
At 1305 Edison Street in Brush, CNC Auto Parts is your local Napa Auto Parts store. The Beat Diggers have it at the Strasburg 45. Blake, the receiver, to the right. McConnell to the left. And there is the give right up the middle to the 42. A gain of 3. And the Beat Digger ball carrier once again was Chris Lee. 2nd and 12 for Brush.
Such a big hole on that exact same play. The play before when we had the penalty, the coaches came back with the same thing, hoping it'd still be there. It just wasn't, as they ran right into one of Strasburg's biggest players, Rojo, who's about 240 pounds.
Cody Smith made the tackle. 2nd down and 12 for the Strasburg 42. One receiver out to the right. The backs are split. Tormolen on 2nd down, awaiting the snap, has the football, play action, looking to throw, looks to his right, has it to Garcia along the sideline. He dropped the football. Wide open was Garcia. He did not look it in, and because of that, the Beat Diggers now face a 3rd and 12 at the Strasburg 42.
You can see Garcia took his eyes off the ball. There's 2 defenders closing in. Smith and Ross were both closing in on him, and you could tell that he was taking his eyes off the ball to get ready to run up the sideline.
7:08 to go, 2nd quarter. Brush leads Strasburg 20-14. Beat Diggers were up early, 14-0. Looked like they were going to blow out Strasburg, but the Indians have countered with a couple of touchdowns on their next 2 drives. 3rd down and 12 to go from the Strasburg 42. Tormolen looks to his right. He's going to bootleg the football to the 40. Stutters up to the 35. First down to the 30. Spins inside the 30 towards the 28-yard line. And it's a Beat Digger 1st down and a gain of 14 for Tormolen when I thought there was no way he was able to get that first down or going to get it, and he pulled it off.
He got 53 yards now for Tremolin on 3 carries. He had a bootleg of 20 yards, then 19 yards, then 14 yards. All of those running to the slot side, so we're in a 400 formation that time. And he did those fakes on the 30 series and just broke it out into the open, made a couple of nifty moves.
Boy, he's going. He's going to have 200 yards of offense before the end of the half between passing and running. 1st and 10 for Brush at the Strasburg 28-yard line. Mullen on the handoff left side, a hole for Chris Lee, but he's down at the 25. A gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. And that was Royce Hanks making the tackle, the 6'3", 250-pound sophomore. 2nd and 7 for Brush.
Yep, just running that 25 that time, just running that dive straight ahead. It's been open. We get 3 or 4 yards every time we run it.
Beat Diggers looking to extend a 6-point lead. They've been up by as many as 14 midway through the second quarter. 2nd down and 7 from the Strasburg 25-yard line. Blake is in motion to the right. Mullen hands it off to Carter. Stutter steps, and he's got a yard, maybe 2. He continues to lower his shoulder and drive his legs to the 23. It's a gain of 2, but that could have been a gain of none. Carter kept going. 3rd down and 5 for the Beat Diggers at the Strasburg 23.
Yeah, you can tell there's some timing issues there in the backfield. After Carter got the ball, he had to wait to follow his guard on that trap and caused him to have to sidestep. And usually you want your fullback being able to run straight ahead, and he was having to run sideways a little bit.
Well, the Beat Diggers have 2 plays to make 5 yards, but then again, they made 14 yards in a 3rd and 12 just 3 plays ago. 3rd and 5 from the Strasburg 23-yard line. Can they pick up another first down on this play? Hand off right side to Carter, cuts it back towards the middle, spins the 20. He'll be short of the first down. Pick up 3 yards. And the penetration on that right side was made by Dugan Warner. 4th and 2 for Brush.
Now the big thing is we're going to go for it here. But whoever gets the ball has got to know where that first down marker is. They have to know where they have to get the first down.
Well, at some point, Strasburg is going to read the bootleg, too. This might be a time for a short pass to get the Strasburg defense off balance. We'll find out. 4th and 2 from the Strasburg 20. With 4.5 to go in the second. Beat Diggers up 20-14. Mullen on 4th and 2 as Garcia resets. It's going to bootleg it right. He does have room. He'll have a first down. 15-yard line, right sideline 10 to the 5. I think a flag might be down. And Mullen is either out of bounds inside the 5. I think he might be. But there is a flag down at about the 9-yard line. I'm not even sure where he went out of bounds and what the flag is all about. They're going to spot the football, at the 9, it looks like. But there is a flag down. So it's a gain of 11. But let's see if the Beat Diggers still have a 4th down situation. Are you kidding me? Did that foul occur at the very end of the play? That would be horrendous. Yeah. Because, that's an easy first down. You can almost just lay down, not do anything. Essentially. Well, it's a gain of 11 for Mullen. Then they walk it back 10 yards. Or a gain of 12 for Mullen. Give him 12. And then 10 yards. They might have a first down off of that. They're going to have to measure. How many times do you see that, Dave?
The sad thing is, just like you said, it happened right there where he went out of bounds. The hold must have happened right there. And it's like you said, it's one of those things where you already had the first down. The first down was the most critical part.
It might be short, but if it's short by inches now because it's an advance, so it's short by a lot more than inches. Yeah, well, Strasburg doesn't have him stopped yet. They've got to get to the other side of the 18. So it's 4th down and about half a yard as opposed to 4th and 2.
Boy, Strasburg hasn't been able to stop that bootleg all night. But like you said, the beautiful thing about that bootleg is part of that 30 series. And part of the 30 series is a bootleg pass situation. So Tremollin's going to be able to start pulling up and throwing the ball here pretty soon.
Well, they got to pick up this first down, though. 4th down and half a yard from the 18. They've got to get to the other side of the 18-yard line. On 4th down, Mullen, quarterback sneaky dives for a first down. That was easy. He went underneath the center, Damon Miller, and he basically followed his block and got to the 17, a gain of 1. The drive continues for Brush.
Schmolden's got 66 yards on 5 carries, combined with 95 yards in the air, man. You said it when you thought he might get close to 200 yards in the first half.
And the Beat Diggers are really taking care of this football nicely. They've held the football for nearly 5.5 minutes. 1st and 10 for Brush. Approaching the 17-yard line of the Indians, leading 20-14. Now we are under 4 minutes to go before the break. The backs are split, and Tormolen runs into Carter, who gets the handoff and gains just a yard. That was a mess back there. Jason McCune made the tackle at the 16. We'll give him a long yard, 2nd down and 9 to go. And coming up is the 13th play of the drive.
Yeah, that's just a 30 series that the boys have run, hundreds of times. It doesn't matter who the fullback is. They know which side of the quarterback they have to run when they run the trap, and they just ran right into each other.
Northeastern Colorado's hometown savings and loan with locations in Brush and Fort Morgan is Equitable Savings and Loan. 2nd down and 9 for the Strasburg 16. Tormolen on the pitch left to Garcia, looking for a block, gets to the 15-yard line, stops, stutter steps, and he's knocked out of bounds inside the 15 towards the 10. He might have got the 9 as Jordan Ross was over there. I think the official's going to spot it at the 9, and if he does, that's going to be a gain of 7, but let's see where he's got the football. Yeah, it'll be at the 9, a gain of 7 for Garcia. 3rd down and 2 for the 9. Too bad the Beat Diggers don't have less time on the clock so they don't give Strasburg the football, because even if they score, Strasburg's going to have some time here. 3rd down and 2. The Strasburg 9-yard line. Kyle Rosenbrock is in the backfield, has the football, running right. He runs into an Indian, and I think has maybe a yard to the 8-yard line, and that was just a collision course once he got the handoff, but he's so strong he picked up 1, but it will be 4th and 1.
Yeah, he tried to run that 46 there, and it just didn't fool the Indians at all. Their linebacker on that side just ran out there right into that off-tackle spot and made the tackle.
Well, the clock is stopped, and now they've restarted it. I'm not sure why. Either way, 3 minutes to go. I think that clock might have been stopped for a little while. 4th down and less than a yard to go from the 8-yard line. In motion to the right is McConnell. Tormolen hands it off right up to the middle to Lee to the 5. Touchdown! Oh, Lee was barely touched from 8 yards away. Brush 26, Strasburg 14.
We have one player that's still down on the field out there. It looks like that might be, well, I'm not sure who that is. One of our linemen is down on his back there for a little while, having a hard time getting up after he took a pretty good hit.
That was Damon Miller, the center. But he stays in the game. And the Beat Diggers, after the 8-yard run by Lee, the 4th different Beat Digger to score, after the 15-play, 69-yard drive, will go for 2.
He just hit that hole so hard, man. He hit it before, the Indians knew what to do, and it was just that 24 dive on the right side.
And the Beat Diggers are going to take a timeout. Timeout brought to you by Edwards Wright Price Market in Flowerland at 1201 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. Stop by and get what you need to refuel on game days at Edwards Wright Price Market in Flowerland. How about that drive? I mean, that was a typical Brush Beat Digger drive. They did not complete a pass on the drive. Tormolen threw it once, but it was actually a drop. 15 plays, 69 yards in 6 minutes and 52 seconds. And Chris Lee scores from 8 yards out on 4th and less than a yard. Now they will go for 2 to try to make this a 2-touchdown game. The concern is obviously not the offense, it's whether the defense can stop Strasburg. This is going to be a big defensive stand. They had to want to get beaten right before the end of the first half. If not, that would have been a 3-touchdown game, and the Beat Diggers might not have won that game. Now they've got to show up like they did on the very first Strasburg possession. Now Brush going for 2. Garcia's in the backfield along with Carter. The backs are split. Tormolen on the bootleg left. He's got tons of running room. He's going to run right into the end zone inside the left pylon. 2-point conversion is good. Brush 28, Strasburg 14 with 2:44 to go in the second on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Dave Eric back from Winterfield and Strasburg on a gorgeous, cool night. The Beat Diggers have touchdowns from 4 different players tonight. Eric Garcia with an 81-yard reception. Mitch Tormolen with a 20-yard bootleg. 1-yard plunge by Tyler Carter. Now an 8-yarder from Chris Lee. Strasburg has a couple of touchdowns tonight as the Beat Diggers lead 28-14. But special teams and defense is where the Beat Diggers now have to get it done. Low line drive, it'll bounce. Picked up at the 15, 20-yard line, straight ahead to the 25, across the 30 to the 35. A return of close to 20 yards for Jordan Ross. It looked like Carter was down there along with Lee to get in on that tackle. But 2:37 to go. The only disadvantage now for Strasburg is that they only have 1 timeout remaining.
So hopefully, for our sake, Strasburg is going to start feeling the urgency of scoring quickly and maybe start thinking about throwing the ball a little more. We haven't been able to stop that end around.
1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. Shotgun formation. Direct snap is going to go to Ross. Handoff on the right side to Blau across the 35. That time they do stop it as Daniel Soto and a couple of other Beat Diggers, including Trevor Blake. And
number 14, Cody
they stop Smith on the carry.
2 on the play.
2nd down and 8 to go, and Strasburg will have to show a sense of urgency, considering that we are approaching the 2-minute and 10-second mark with only 1 timeout, although Strasburg does receive the second-half kickoff. They've got that going on their side. 2nd down and 8 from the 36-yard line. Shotgun formation for Wallace, but maybe Ross will receive the snap. It goes to Ross. He keeps the football. Stutter steps. He's trapped in the backfield. Beat Diggers right there. A flag is down as the tackle was made by Felix Calderon, and that's a flag against the Beat Diggers. Was that a face mask?
I'm not sure the official grabbed by his ear. I'm not sure what that penalty is.
Well, then that might be a horse collar. Personal foul, horse collar. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yep.
Against the Beat Diggers. So forget about that loss there. That football is going to be near midfield now. And with 1:54 to go, Strasburg gets a nice break. They'll have the football at the 47-yard line.
Diggers going to have to start tackling low. Remember now they're coached to tackle down there around the legs and the hips and keep their hands off that upper body.
1st and 10 for the Indians at their own 47-yard line. The clock does restart, so that benefits the Beat Diggers after the penalty, but you've got to stop it right now. From the 47, Wallace in a shotgun, awaiting the snap. Chavarria in motion to the left. Play action, looking to throw, still looking over the middle of the pass. It's Hampton, intercepted by Baker to the 48, to the 50-yard line, down the right side, line to the 40. Baker still on his feet, and he spins across the 30-yard line, and he's out of bounds. What an athletic play by Randy Baker. 1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers going the other way.
Baker was playing that linebacker position. He drops into his hook zone, kind of gets out to his flats and gets right into that passing lane. He uses his left hand, reaches up and tips the ball, and the ball went straight up in the air and kind of veered over towards the Digger sideline, maybe 2 or 3 yards away, and he just ran after it and caught it on the run, and boy, he made a nice run after that. He almost broke that loose again.
Baker made one of the best defensive plays I've ever seen. I mean, he read the quarterback perfectly. Nobody helped him out there. He read the quarterback's eyes. He cut off that lane. He tipped it to himself, and he returned the football about 23 yards. And the Beat Diggers have 2 timeouts and a chance to make this a 3-touchdown game from the 30-yard line of Strasburg. On 1st down and 10, Tormolen looking to throw. Pressure coming. He's sacked. At the 39-yard line, it's a loss of 9. He didn't see the man coming from behind for Strasburg. That was Dustin Black. And we do have a penalty flag down. A false start. So luckily, that's a break for Brush.
You bet it is. We don't go quite as far back.
It'll be 1st and 15, so the sack did not occur. That football should be at the 35-yard line. I mean, they don't have the ability to decline the penalty. Let's see what's happening here. Oh, they do decline. Okay, so it'll be 2nd down and 19, so the play did count. It's a loss of 9, and the clock's going to restart from the 39-yard line. All right, so that makes more sense. The play did go through. The Beat Diggers will have trips to the left. on second down and 19 for the 39 with a minute 8 to go in the second. B-Diggers up 28-14. Vermeulen handoff right up the middle, and Carter's got a couple of yards. He's still driving to the 37-yard line. B-Diggers might have to call a timeout. It's a gain of 2. Clock continues to roll at the 37, third down and 17. And Brush does take a timeout. We'll take it with him. 44.6 seconds to go before the break. It's Brush 28, Strasburg 14 on 10-10 KSIR. The B-Diggers have had a pattern for much of the first half, taking up first downs on third and long and fourth and short. Now they've got a third and 17 from the Strasburg 37 with 44.6 to go before the break, leading 28-14. This is 10-10 KSIR. Brush for Morgan Greeley. One receiver out to the right. On third and 17, Vermeulen, play action, looking to throw. Still looking towards the right sideline, wide open, inside the 50 to the 10. Garcia to the 5, towards the end zone. Touchdown! Wide open was Eric Garcia. 37 yards away on third and 17. Brush 34, Strasburg 14.
Well, you said it. He was just running up the sideline, and I don't know if Strasburg was in a cover two, and their corner out there just let him go and was expecting the safety to drift over there to cover him, but whatever that expectation was, it didn't happen. Garcia was wide open and then showed some strength there at the end of the play as he ran it into the end zone.
Second touchdown of the game for Eric Garcia, following his 81-yarder towards the beginning of the game. That was a 37-yarder. Now the extra point to be attempted. Perfect snap, and Jesus' PAT is up, and that is good. 32.7 seconds to go. And the B-Diggers score in 57 seconds. 3 plays, 30 yards. Dave, that's the second time in this game the B-Diggers started a drive, went backwards, and then had a long pass play.
They're just doing a good job of setting some things up. I'm not sure if they're running a lot of out patterns and getting those corners to settle in there and then turning it upfield on the sideline or what, but Garcia's making some good fakes and getting open, that's for sure. Simone's doing like he's been doing all season, just throwing strikes, man. He hit him right on the money again.
Vermeulen has been incredible. When you look at his numbers this season, I mean, you're looking at an all-state quarterback. His passing has been on the mark.
142 yards already in the first half. Add that to that 57 yards of running. You got your 200 yards you were talking about.
A couple of touchdown passes tonight along with a TD run. This will be squibbed. The ball will bounce at the 27-yard line, running to the 30-yard line, trying to break out of tackles across the 35 to the 38. And it was Julio Hernandez who grabbed that football for the Strasburg Indians. Trevor Blake made the tackle. Now let's see what Strasburg does with 25.8 seconds to go and 1 timeout.
Rush needing to be real careful with what they do here. It looks like they're going to drop into a prevent. They've got 4 guys back about 12, 15 yards off the ball. Bostrom and Blake are back there at safeties, and then they got Garcia and Vinny Albo at the corners, but they're all way back. Our linebackers are even 5 yards back now, too, and our defensive ends are a couple yards back and 2 or 3 yards outside, so they're definitely expecting a passing game.
First and 10 for Strasburg at their own 38-yard line. B-Diggers have their biggest lead of 21. Shotgun formation. Chavarria hands a handoff, running left to the outside. All the B-Diggers are there, including Kyle Rosenbrock, who throws him down for a 3-yard loss at the 35. That should do it for Strasburg here in the half. I don't think they're going to run another play.
That time, Rosenbrock didn't allow him to hook him. He kept fighting that outside shoulder, and as soon as he broke free, Rosenbrock fought free himself and showed his feet, got out there and made the tackle.
And that is the end of the opening half with the score. Brush 35, Strasburg 14 on 10-10 KSIR and KSIR.com.